Hey, Aldo and Holmes here, and welcome back to some more Elden Ring Nightreign. Today we are going to be taking on the dog, and I'm going to be doing a full breakdown on how to dodge his attacks, when's a good time to get some damage in. So yeah, this first part here, this first phase, it's pretty much the same as the second phase from the original fight. So this part is kind of a pain actually, because you can get attacked from behind, but the move sets are the same. So you got this head tackle thing where you can just dodge it by rolling into it, rolling back, the fire, rolling into it, rolling back, rolling sideways. Actually, like, you can dodge all of the attack by rolling into it or backwards. I'm not sure about the sideways one. So yeah, it just got me there. Let's see what else. The sword swing, you can dodge it by rolling away and then just running away from it. So keeping distance probably the easiest. You can dodge it by rolling into it as well. But pretty much is what you want to do for this first phase is you want to try to keep all three of them in frame. It's probably the easiest to not get flanked, because if you're trying to get one from up front, there's a good chance you might get hit from behind. And that's what makes this first part really annoying. So this part can really like screw you over if they surround you. So I'm just keeping all three of them in the front here, and we're going to the second phase now. But before we do that, here is a slower look at the bite attacks. You can just dodge it backwards. Try to get an attack in. There's a follow-up, so you can dodge sideways, dodge in, whatever you want. Here we got just the basic bite attack, 1, 2, and then you can get a hit in if you want. Next up, we got the sword swing, so I'm just running away from this one. Next we got the bite, run away, and the headbutt attack, which you can just dodge into the bite and dodge into the headbutt and get a hit in afterwards. Now this move is very similar to the previous one, except this one he'll do a bite and then runs away, and then he'll do a jumping attack towards you. So you can dodge into the bite, and then the jumping attack can also dodge into it, and then get a hit in afterwards. Now this attack, the dog can use it for all three phases. This first current phase, the fused phase, and then the defused phase. You can use it on all three phases. So going into second phase here, so in second phase he's going to start off with this thing where he charges the fire around him. If you're near him, you can get hurt. Your HP will start like getting sapped. And then he's gonna do these 2 quick rushes. You can dodge into these. There is a weird timing for it because the first one happens really fast. The second one, there's a slight delay before it hits you, and then afterwards he's gonna start slashing the ground. And then after that, you're gonna see the sword on the top, and like he's gonna send the sword all the way up, and then when it hits the ground, the map is gonna kind of explode. If you're far away, there's like a line that follows you, but what you can do is you have to run really far though. If you're close, if you're like mid-distance, if you do the run, it can still catch you. So you have to run as far as possible, and then when the sword is about to hit the ground, you run left. Okay, so that's one way to dodge it. The second way to dodge it is or you can kind of stun him out of it. So what you do is, if you have an ult that can stun like Wylder, I'm not sure if other classes can do it. Maybe Iron Eye can do it. But so basically, when he's doing the slashes, you run up towards the boss, or you use your ult that can stun. You hit the boss with it, you can stun him out of the attack. And if you're confident enough, you can actually roll dodge the explosion. Oh, another thing, the slashes that appear on the ground, you can jump to dodge those. Alright, here's the very dangerous Fire Fang that the boss can do it with a combo, or you can just do it from distance like this. The combo is, if you decide to do like whatever jump attack to close in on you, and then you think it's safe to get a hit in, sometimes the boss will just pull this out of nowhere, and this does a lot of freaking damage even if the boss is not buffed. So there's a good chance you can die from this. So yeah, if the boss has range and he does that jump attack or whatever, be careful not to get too happy to get damage in. So 2 ways to avoid getting wrecked by this attack. It's if you have mid distance, you just keep rolling away or run away from it. Another thing is, if you have an ult that can stun, you can use it to stun the boss out of this attack. but you can get a hit in after the boss is done with the bite attack though. Here's his menacing walk that if you hit him during this phase, it can buff him. So he does that spin attack, and then you're gonna see from our point of view, the leftmost head holding the sword, and he's just gonna keep walking. And when this starts doing that, I highly recommend you just run the opposite direction as far as possible. And then when it does a little run, followed by the spin, after the spin, it's gonna do the ground explosion. So after you see a spin, just get ready to dodge into it. If you're far, like the further you are, the easier to telegraph this attack. If you're really close, the dodge timing might be really tight, but the way to dodge this is you just roll into the explosion. If you're mid distance, after rolling into the explosion, you can also get a hit in afterwards. Alright, next up we got the triple sword wave explosion. So if you have audio on, you can hear the explosion before it goes off. So the moment you hear the explosion, you can just dodge it. If you're playing like while the audio is mute, you can see the flash near the dog before the explosion happens. So the moment you see the flash, you just want to dodge into it. This is probably the easiest to dodge if you're super far away. Also, mid-distance is a pretty good place to dodge as well. If you're dodging with mid-distance after the third attack, you can rush in towards the dog and get one attack in. Alright, next up we got the grab here. You're gonna see the heads light up one by one, and then after the third one lights up, you want to get ready to dodge into them. And once you get that dodge off, you can also get a hit in afterwards. Next, we got the sword combo 1-2 slash stab, and then a spin with the circle attack, and then the ground explosion attack. So if you're close enough, you can actually just keep dodging into the boss to avoid that. If you're comfortable with that. If you want to play it more safe, just stay away from the boss, and you can avoid everything except for the ground explosion. So once you see the sword spin, so after he stabs, you'll spin the sword, and after the sword spins, just roll into him. There is a slight delay, so make sure you don't roll too fast, otherwise you're gonna eat the attack. The boss can also combo into this attack from other attacks as well, but once you dodge the last hit, and if you're close enough, you can get a hit in afterwards. Okay, there's another move that's very similar to this one, except instead of starting it with the double swing, the left and right swing, it'll do this overhead attack the sword, and then it pulls the sword back. That will also hurt you if you're in within that attack range. But after that, it'll be the same, where it stabs the sword on the ground and then does a spin and then does the fire explosion thing on the ground. And here's another move that looks very similar as well, but this time it's just one sword spin and then a headbutt directly afterwards. So for this one, you can dodge into him for the sword spin, and then the headbutt can also be dodged by dodging towards him. After dodging the headbutt, you can get one hit in after. And as for the flamethrower, the boss can do it for all three phases, and this can be dodged in any direction, and because of the terrain, sometimes the flamethrower will just straight up miss. Alright, so once you drop the boss's HP down around 30%, 25%, the boss will split. You'll see him run off the distance, and then it's going to explode into fire. That means it's going to split. If that happens, break lock on and just run towards the side. So pick the direction, left or right. I usually just run towards the right side, and then just go full sprint until the one with the sword is done running. So you'll know because you can hear it, and you can also see it kind of. So 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4. Because after the main one runs, there's a shockwave that follows. So yeah, so it technically hits twice. But you can also dodge these by rolling it if you can time it properly. But easiest way is just you run sideways until it's done doing its explosion attacks. So the thing you want to watch out for after they're done with the rush attack is the main wolf, which is the one with the sword, is going to do like a roar or a howl, and then the 2 is gonna come after you, and then the one with the sword is gonna send the shockwaves after you in a bit. So you want to keep an eye on what the one with the sword is doing, and then you see him do that spin. That means it's gonna do the shockwave. So you are gonna want to prioritize keeping distance from the two that are trying to melee you, and then dodge the fire shockwave. And then after that, it's pretty much just, it's either you kill them during this stage or you wait the timer and then they're gonna fuse again. And basically it's just gonna be on a timer where they fuse, defuse, fuse, defuse. So depending on which you want to be fighting them in, you can kind of stall it if you want. Alright, so with all the breakdown that's done, let's go ahead and kick its ass. Alright, here we go. So this is gonna be the full fight, and yeah. I don't know if Holy Weapon is a must. I have gotten, well, I fumbled with the dodges, but Bleed seems to work pretty well as well. So yeah, Holy and Bleed. Pick your poison. So in the beginning here, if you decide to be aggressive, there is a good chance you can get ganked really bad. But yeah, fire attack, dodge into it. That bite attack or headbutt attack just should have missed. So keeping some distance. Try not to be super aggressive. If the main dog barks, then that means the other two will attack you, and then the main dog will soon follow after. And since I'm playing Wylder here, if this ult lands, it will stun them in single player. And I also got a passive where whenever I land a crit, it will make the boss a little bit weaker, or at least the one I hit anyways. Alright, let's pop that heal. Let's see what it's gonna do. Alright, time to get some hits in. Alright, getting hit all over the place now. Get the weak one. Jump attack the weak one. You want to try to force into the fused phase as quickly as possible, but also don't be too reckless at the same time. And then after they fuse, they'll always start the fight off with, or start off second phase with this attack. So roll into it. Roll into it. Always get, most of the time I get clipped for the second hit, and then we just run away as far as possible, and then run sideways. There we go. If you're backed into the wall and you can't run as far as you can, then you're just gonna need to try to dodge the explosion. Spin into the mad dogging stance. Sprint away. Sprint away. Explosion, dodge into it. And I messed up the timing. Damn, that was a lot of damage. Alright, triple explosion. Let's not screw this up. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's see if we can get a hit in. Yes, we can. Here's the grab. Oh, another opportunity to get a hit in. Alright. Bite attack, we're just going to keep away. Headbutt. Get one hit in. Alright, here comes the charge again. 1, 2. Run, run, run. You can also jump the ground cracks, so make sure you keep that in mind. As you're running away, like if you see any cracks near you, just jump. And then it's always gonna like get close to you again with this jumping bite attack. You can choose to... Oh, I'm gonna get screwed here. Yep, see. I have a lot of damage reduction. At least I think I do. The damage reduction at low HP is actually really good. I think it might be better than the one where if you have full HP, because that only works for like the first hit, you know. Let's get that ult, and it dodged it. It dodged it. God damn it. Man, that would have been great if it hit though. That would have been great if it hit. Alright, we got another charge. 1, 2. Oh, there's the wall. I'm screwed. Yep. Yeah. If you decide to do the running tactic and then you run into a wall, it's kinda too late to try to get back to the boss, you know. But if you do get that holy debuff off on the boss, I think it takes like a chunk off. It's like bleed proc, where there's like a chunk of damage that will be dealt to the boss if you manage to get the effect off on the boss. I actually got lucky by just killing day 2 bosses, and then it dropped me 2 of these Crucible Knight Greatswords. This is not the only like purple holy weapon. You can also get like the gargoyle one. Alright. Get a hit and then get that crit. Because we also got the thing where if we crit an enemy, they also get weaker. Oh, if I had my ult here, this would have been awesome. I could have just stunned the boss out of this attack and then possibly go in for another crit. But I think now it's gonna like, if I do any more damage, it's gonna split. There's the deadly bite. Oh, it didn't follow it up this time. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to chance it. If it does the headbutt, it's pretty safe. But like, if it's just like the jumping bite attack, the regular bite attack, oh crap. Ow. What the heck? Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. That one's kind of risky to exchange. I mean, sometimes you might get lucky and I'll do some stupid... Oh, wow. I'll do some like lame move that won't hurt you. But if it... I'm just like, I have PTSD from it doing like the Fire Fang. Eat it. Oh god, back into the wall again. Alright, let's use our ult. Oh, it's doing the battle stance. Oh, damn, I got both of them. Man, I could have did a jumping attack and then gotten the crit, but I was kind of scared that the other one might hit me in the process. Oh my god. Yeah, I think the hardest part for this boss fight is when it splits. Like, if it's by itself like this, it's not too much of a problem. It's just that when it splits, it's like... It's nerve-wracking because they can come at you from, like, any direction, you know, if you're surrounded. Unless you see them all in front of you. But, like, after it splits in this form, it has the... Well, the main one has the potential to, like, send that sword wave after you, so... You really have to watch that, because the sword wave does a lot of damage. Could have gotten a hit in there. Fire breath. Maybe I could have just rushed in and finished it off instead of playing it super safe like this. Because it literally just needs like one hit. I just need to breathe on this guy and he'll die. Goodbye. There we go. And yeah. If you have the passive where when you dodge, you have higher like iframe, that's also really good for dodging attacks, but I don't have that. So yeah, that's my setup for the Wylder. I think Wylder is probably easiest. Maybe Raider too. I'm not really sure. I haven't really experimented with other classes, but yeah. Anyways, those are my passives and stuff. And yeah. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hopefully this video has helped for those of y'all that are stuck on this boss and don't know how to dodge it or don't know when to attack. Hopefully the breakdowns had helped. But yeah, anyways, thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope to catch y'all next time. Homes out.